Welcome back to Vilnius, Lithuania for the 2021 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. Of course, we are in the classic portion of the event now, and also a big shout out to our sponsors, Alico and SBD. They are the makers of the greatest platform equipment on the planet, and of course SBD, the greatest apparel. And I am joined by none other than the great two-time world champion this week, Joe Whiteley. Welcome again back to the commentary box.
Thank you.
There's one heck of a lineup this afternoon. We have seen record after record drop today. It's been edge of your seat exciting.
It has, and we saw an open world record go to a junior lifter just now.
Phenomenal. 113.5 kilograms.
So that must be, I don't know, 6 or 7 world records today?
Yeah, I've lost count. I've run out of fingers on this hand.
And these are heavily contested records that have stood for some time, so that's very impressive lifting today.
Yeah, look, and we've seen records absolutely being annihilated. We saw today the record stood at 172.5. The Latvian came out and opened at 190 and just obliterated the record. So just quickly, we're about to get underway. Alico, you use it. What makes it great?
It's the quality, it's the feel in the hand, but also, you know, if you buy once, you buy forever. It might not be the cheapest bar in the market, but it will last you a lifetime, and it will feel the same when you walk out on the competition platform.
And that's the big key, isn't it? So right now we get underway with 105 on the bar for Eyal Sivtsev, ROC.
Been competing for 3 years. I don't have a lot of results for him.
He's just 19 years old, so just into the juniors now. And he's setting himself up for a nice little battle here.
Oh, very nice.
Moved very fast. Yeah, look, he's setting the stage here for a nice little battle against Sabayev from Kazakhstan. He'll open at 107.5. He's got a personal best of 120. He's been lifting for a few years. So this is the 53 kilo junior class. And put that in perspective, that is getting on double body weight. That is double body weight.
Yeah, we're over double body weight on the openers. Very impressive from these young lifters.
Oh, that was a tough opener.
Yeah, very flared style.
He has a good technique on his chest. If you watch as he gets the start command, he really does twist those elbows around and pop the chest up. But he just probably needs to tuck them in a little bit further, I think.
I think he might have just come out a bit early and not got the drive backwards. Maybe his next one will look better. He's very nervous coming out for your first one.
It is really tough out there. Kamal Ergen now from the Netherlands, 107.5. We're in the 59 kilo class.
Been competing for a few years in the Dutch Federation, but this is his first international. He has the Dutch bench record in the juniors.
Big breath.
Oh, very nice.
Very nicely done. He gets that really big breath in at the start there. Pops the chest up. And gets great leg drive. Lars Engo Monsen from Norway with a 142.5. And that is a pretty solid opening lift.
Yeah, he opened with this in Halmstad just a couple of weeks ago. Made short work of it then.
And again, the 74 kilo class is just so close for those medals.
But he competed twice in September. He competed at Norwegian Nationals and then went straight to Halmstad. And on the bounce, he's come here.
That is a huge load. We're only talking a couple of weeks between competitions there.
Nice.
And
Very
handles
good.
that very well.
And of course, that's really hard to train for because you can't take a break, you can't deload after competition. You have to keep that peak going. And this is the 3rd competition on the run now for him, so that's really hard to do.
That's an enormous challenge for the athlete and also for the coaching staff as well. Simoni Volashvili from Georgia. 145, so we're back into the 66 kilo class now. This is a big lift for a 66 kilo junior, and it's not even the biggest in the nominations there.
Yeah, we have there's 10 kilo spread across the openers in the 66s.
And handles that really well. That was a nice lift. He's got a long way to move that bar too. So we stay in the 66s. We're going to load to 150. Dmitry Shebanov. 150 kilograms. I think everyone in the 66 kilo class has a shot at the gold.
I think so, yeah.
One mistake and someone's coming through.
First job, put one on the board. Second job, first job is to weigh in. Second job, put one on the board. But I guess with the travel disruption we've had this week, the first job is getting here.
Getting here,
That's
yeah.
all.
Look, we joke a bit about weighing in, but that can be quite an enormous challenge. So he's got a re-rack command. His butt's not going down.
Was it his butt? I'm not sure if it's his
yeah,
feet.
no, side referee is
okay.
motioning to his butt.
And he's under pressure now. Even so, made short work of that.
Yeah, look, and that's the importance of getting out there in time and having enough time in case that happens. You don't have to rush. He was quite calm, and he gets it on the board. So 155 goes on the bar now for Yevgeny Kuryanov, the Russian Olympic Committee. And I'm just trying to recall when I've seen him lift before, because he has quite a lift on him. He's got a best of 165.
I don't remember seeing him on the international circuit before.
And he handles that very professionally and puts himself in a very solid position. I think he's motioning to his coach there what he wants next for his lift. Well, I think he was convincing enough.
And that is something we have to understand as well. He has to convince his coach that he's capable of the next lift that he wants to go on the bar.
So Marco Lee from the Netherlands, 155.
Haven't seen many Dutch lifters here. We had a Dutch Masters lifter 2 days ago, and of course we had the incredible Lily Strick earlier in the week.
Oh, she was phenomenal.
Really on form.
So just take his time there. And this is where it gets a bit interesting, because he has a very technical setup, and it's taking him 40 seconds. Oh, a little bit of a stagger in the middle there. I think it'll go through, and it does. And he's having a bit of a look at the bar as he walks past.
He managed 162.5 at a local competition recently.
So Natan Valov from Hungary now loads to 160.
Now this is interesting. He was the equipped world champion out in Japan last time this competition was held. He didn't lift equipped.
He didn't lift equipped this week, did he?
No, he didn't. He's just come out and done the classic comp.
Well, right now he is chasing after that gold medal. And this will certainly put him in a good position.
Very nice.
Yeah, gets one red light there, but 2-1. So Lee Harris, Great Britain, opening with a whopping 170 kilograms.
If he gets this will put him in a really good place in this competition.
Yeah, the top three positions are, and especially the top two, are really well contested here. He needs to, put this on, keep an eye on everyone else, and see how much he's got left to take a run at the gold. He's got a best lift of 185.
I hesitate to say this, but I think he lifted at the weekend in the British Juniors.
Well, it hasn't slowed him down.
Really hasn't. He was second at the British. He won the British bench back in August. But yeah, he was at the British Juniors at the weekend.
That's an impressive turnaround.
It really is. But he's in a good place now.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's put himself in a good position because right now Alexei Tsugienko from ROC is looking for 175.
Now he put this down. He was originally nominated to open at 180.
Was it?
Yeah. So whether the nominated opener was a placeholder or he's not feeling great, I think this lift will tell.
Yeah, and sometimes you get here and you start doing your warm up, and the coach looks at it and you look at it and think, ooh. Well, 175 moved really well. Gets the 3 white lights.
And it's also possible he looked at the competition and thought, well, it's not about doing a PB, it's not about getting a record, it's about staying ahead.
And that is, you're at the World Championships. You came here, you want to win, you want to do the best you can. Don't do anything crazy.
That is good advice.
So we get round two already. Sabiev from Kazakhstan, 110. And he has got a little bit of a battle on his hands here.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Sivtsev has gone up a long way, and he's only gone up 2.5.
So it'll be quite interesting to see Sivtsev's lift. Oh, and that's just a little bit too much. Have a look at the replay. It was a 2.5 kilo jump. His 107 open looked really good.
It did. So it seems odd that 2.5 kilos more just would not come off the chest at all.
Oh, look, he's popped those elbows out right from the press command. The bar's dropped forward a little bit. And as we know, you cannot press from that position.
No.
So Sivtsev now has 115 on the bar and has the opportunity to take control. It's a fairly big jump though, 10 kilos.
He smoked his opener though.
He absolutely
really
destroyed it, didn't he? So can he do the same with this one? He does.
He can. Didn't even really look much slower.
It looked about the same, so he has really taken control now. And I would say he is pretty much locked out. Sabiev there. That was super fast. Kamal Ergen now from the Netherlands with 115. Just needs to be consistent here. And I imagine he's probably chasing a national record himself.
I think the national record's 115.5, so he's right up against it. It's his own record.
And it's going to be tough to beat it. So he gets the 115 on the board. So he sets himself up to take out his own national record now. Bit on the slow side. So Lars Ingo Monsen now, Norway. 150 kilograms. He's ranked number 5. This won't push him up the rankings at all.
No, this has broken his previous pattern. He's previously, in his last 2 competitions, he's gone up to 147.5 for his second and then gone to 150, so he must be feeling good.
Well, this also puts him in a good position to move up the rankings if someone makes a mistake. Came down a lot faster than usual. Oh, his elbows popped right out there. That is the toughest grind. And he knows it as well. He knows what he did wrong. He still can't believe he got it up.
Well, he's matched his recent PB.
You probably can't see his left elbow very well, but it gets right out of position. I don't know how he managed to grind that, but he did. Absolute determination. The ceremony from Georgia now, 152.5. Now this will push him into the silver medal position, and it looks successful. And very good lift. Good technique. Just managed to keep contact with his butt there. So Dmitry Shebanov, Kazakhstan, 155. He wants to take a run at the gold medal, and that starts now with the second lift.
He won at Helsingborg actually, the classic 3-lift competition.
This will temporarily put him into the gold medal. And that should be successful. There's not a lot of room left to move, though.
No, there's not much more there. I wouldn't give him more than 2.5 on that. But that puts him in the lead for now.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left there. So we move to the 74s now, and we've got Marco Lee from the Netherlands at 160. So this is equal to his personal best.
Well, since he submitted those, he did 162.5 at a local competition beginning of September.
And so he's got a little bit of room there. Takes a very long time to set up, and that can be detrimental.
Relatively narrow grip.
Oh, that's posed a challenge, hasn't it?
Of course, there's no uneven extension rule. He's fine to do that.
Yeah, as long as the bar doesn't drop.
But it is taxing to be holding it there and grinding with one arm then the other.
So, yeah, there's not a lot left to move on that one. I think we'd only see him go up another 2.5. So Yevgeny Kuryanov from the Russian Olympic Committee.
He's been competing 5 years, but I'm really not familiar with him as an international lifter. But he's so strong.
I'm sure I've seen him lift before, but that could have been at one of the Russian competitions. He's got a best lift of 165.
He did not get a start command there.
He knew it too. You could see halfway up through the lift there, he's realised he's jumped the command and shook it off. I'm not going to waste energy with this.
But you can see he went down and then he went down a bit further, so you have to really bring that bar to a stop before you'll get the start command.
So we move to Nathan Palov from Hungary, 165. So he's in the we're in the 74 juniors now. This will move him temporarily into the bronze medal.
So that's interesting. So he won in the classic bench worlds in Finland in 2018. Then went and won the equipped worlds in Japan, and he's back in the classic this year.
Yeah, look, I think it's always interesting with juniors. I mean, they are really trying to find their niche, what they really like the best. He's clearly very good at this.
Yes, he is.
He just had a master class. He gets a red light, but obviously that's nothing to be concerned about. And that was a good lift. So Lee Harris from Great Britain, 177.5. Did you not say he competed at the British Juniors?
I do have a result for Lee Harris at the British Junior. I mean, that seems insane that he'd do a British Championship 3 lift and then come straight out and do an international bench. But that does seem to be the case, and he benched 185 at that competition. But that was literally a few days ago. Wow.
And he just smoked that.
And he just moved into the lead.
Nice plan. Puts himself in a very solid position.
Wow. The recovery these juniors have is astonishing.
It is quite incredible. I mean, if you think back to when you were a junior in any sport.
I can't remember that far back.
It's a blur. Yeah, but I would play 4 games of football on the weekends. Now, if I played 10 minutes of football, it'd take me a week to recover. And that's being generous. Alexei Sergienko, 180. Yes, to put him back in the gold medal position. And I think that looked a bit better than his opener, actually.
So he's moved back into the lead. In Helsingborg, he opened with 180, so I think he is feeling the effects of having competed so recently.
I noticed he got off the bench there. He really sort of stretched his upper back, and he could be just feeling a bit tight, a bit stiff. It does take its toll. So we are quickly into round 3 now. And we start in the 53 kilo juniors with Sabayev from Kazakhstan. So he missed his 110 on his second. Sitsev has pretty much closed the door here and is in control of the 53s. But this man here will be taking home the silver medal, which is not a bad effort at 20 years of age and only been competing for 3 years.
So I think he's done the right thing. I think, as you say, first place is out of reach. 110 that he failed in his second just looked too heavy.
Yeah, look, he started off well. He put himself in a good position if Sitsev made a mistake. And just 110 is just too much today. And I don't think that was a real technique thing. I think that was just today it's too heavy.
And any of the lifters that have travelled long haul, it really does take it out of you. Especially sitting in a plane seat, cramped up for a long time.
It really does. Sitsev from ROC, 117.5. He has the gold medal wrapped up. He is the world champion. His 115 moved just as fast as open at 105. And I'm expecting the 117.5 to move pretty quick as well. It's a big arch. Oh, it moves well.
Shouted it up himself.
Yeah, it was a little bit more. Oh, he gets 2 red lights.
No.
He has such great technique. I was not expecting that. He
doesn't seem overly bothered, and he's still the world champion. He was off the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think it ever really made contact.
It wasn't a great angle to see that.
Yeah.
All the different lifters, we have the bench cameras set up, but obviously the different lifters are different heights and different shapes and sizes, have different technique.
And you can see that technique and setup is really changing over the years so much. I mean, everyone's developing their own technique to get the best they can. So Kemal Ergin, 120. He is the 59 kilo world champion and wants to finish on 120. but not today. Quite. Just a little bit too much today, but he's the world champion.
See, he could have had a go at 117.5 for the Dutch record, but chose not to.
Yeah, it's interesting decision. So Simoni, or Belashvili from Georgia, 155. So that'll move him into the gold medal position. There's still a couple of lifts to come.
A couple of kilos lighter than Kiryanov.
So I think this is probably a smart decision. He hasn't gone crazy and gone, I'm going to try and push the 160. Yeah. He's just going, this is what I can do. It's up to you guys to beat me.
Oh, he's muscling through it.
Oh, I don't think
not
he's
quite.
Get there. He's not.
I thought he was going to be able to grind through.
So close. So he'll take home the bronze medal. He gave that everything he had, and he started to lift there. And once that happens, it's probably not going to move much further. So Dmitry Shevanov now 162.5. So he is ranked number 1, but he certainly has a challenge from Kiryanov there.
So he has the lower lot number. He's nominated the same weight as Kiryanov, 162.5. So he has the lower lot number, so he goes first. But he has the lighter body weight, so Kiryanov will then need to go up to beat him.
And Kiryanov missed his second, so I think he's banking on that a little bit as well. Oh, he's going to struggle. He just can't quite get it there.
So he now needs to wait to see what Kiryanov does. And he won't have long to wait because he's out next.
Very quick. Yevgeny Kiryanov now has the opportunity to take away that gold medal. It is a tough call, though. He opened at 155. He missed his second at 162.5. He has to get this for the gold medal, otherwise he goes home with the silver. He is going to have to give this everything he's got. Oh, I think he's
done it.
Let's wait and see what the referees say. Oh, 2 red lights.
He doesn't know why. He's asking his coach.
On the replay? It's hard to tell, but I think he lifted off the bench.
I think he might have. So there's no one camera position you can put down that will catch butt lift for every lifter.
But I think he lifted. His coach is actually going to the jury panel, so that'll be interesting to see. But right now, Marco Lee from the Netherlands, 165.
This is more than he has ever pressed before. And it will get him on the podium.
It's a bold move. Well, Coach from ROC didn't hang around the jury panel for too long. This is to get onto the podium temporarily. I just don't think he can get it. It's just a bit too much today. No lift, unfortunately. So we move to, we've got an attempt change going in. Now, has Balov decided to go up? He has. He doesn't need to defend that bronze anymore. So then Lee Harris now will take an attempt at 180, and this will put him into the gold medal position.
No, I can see. Look, Lee Harris isn't ready to come out. I can't see him, and the clock is ticking. Yep, here he comes.
And good job by the coaching staff there. Kept on top of it. It's very easy to miss those little things. And suddenly
he's not got his wrist straps done up. And he won't get past the TC. Okay, so he's left himself 40 seconds there.
Well, thankfully, he has quite a quick setup.
And he's looked strong, hasn't he?
He has looked strong. He has a good shot at this. This will put him up into the gold medal and put the ball in everyone else's court. He could sneak away with the gold medal here. Oh,
Look
he's got
at
that.
that.
I
Superb.
think that's a good lift. It is. He puts himself, he's done everything he can do. He's put himself in the gold medal position.
But his technique was so solid. I think he's going to be a
ball.
star
you
of
watch
the future.
Replay. He is getting the leg drive. And we've got another attempt change going in. Yeah, so I imagine Voloff is putting an attempt change in because he is heavier than Lee Harris.
So he'll need to
So
do more weight
if he wants to go
past,
after the gold, he's going to have to go to 182.5,
which he
which
has
he has.
done.
So Alexei Sergienko is now looking for 182.5, and this is to take back the gold medal.
Sergienko is heavier than the Hungarian lifter, but he's used his 2 changes. He has got no more cards to play.
And I think also he's banking on the fact that Voloff is going to have to go from 165 to 182.
That's a huge
Big
ask.
And look, Sergienko has looked really strong, but he looks like he's getting a bit tired in the back. He had a big stretch after the last one. This is going to be a tough 182.5 for him. Usually I wouldn't say that, but I think this one's going to be tough for him. So Lee Harris is sitting out the back chewing his nails.
Oh, but that looks good.
That looked better than his second,
past.
actually. He's warmed up now. So he gets himself back into the gold. Lee Harris is currently sitting in silver, waiting on this lift. Natan Voloff from Hungary. This is a big gamble. He's in the bronze. That is solid. He can't lose that. Looking to 182.5.
So that's fair enough. He's got his bench press PB is 190. He's got nothing to lose.
He has been here before. It's not unfamiliar territory. You're right. He's got nothing to lose. Can he throw on a 182.5 and sneak away with the gold medal? And nobody saw this coming. It's a big jump, though.
No.
Oh, and just couldn't quite move it there. So Sergienko stays safe with the gold medal and the World Championship. And Lee Harris finds himself with a silver medal.
That's a great result for him in his first international.
Absolutely fantastic. You can't ask for more than that in a first international. He played a really good game. He put in solid lifts and he waited for his opportunity. Well, don't go too far away. We'll have the medal ceremony very, very soon. And, of course, we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with the women's juniors 63 to 84 plus.
So is the count to the 53 kilo junior category. Second place silver medal goes to Sabayev Nursultan from Kazakhstan. He's 107.5 kilos. And the first place goes to Sivtsev Ayan from Russian Olympic Committee. He's 115 kilos. Please stand up for the national anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. Everybody stands up, the fanfare team yours. The new world champion in the category 59 kilo junior is Ergin Temar from Netherlands. So please stand up for the national anthem of Netherlands. Forward with the 66 kilo junior class. Bronze medal winner, third place, Orbelashvili Simoni from Georgia, 152.5 kilo. This was a very interesting category. On the second place, silver medal goes to Koyanov Eugeny from Russian Olympic Committee with 155. The new winner by body weight is Shebanov Dimitri from Kazakhstan with 155 kilos. New world champion. Please stand up for the national anthem of Kazakhstan. Thank you. Then we go forward with the 74 kilo junior class. On the third place, bronze medal goes to Balog Nathan from Hungary with 165 kilo. Silver medal goes to Hennisley from Great Britain with 180 kilo. The new world champion is Sergenko Alexei from Russian Olympic Committee with 182.5 kilo. Please stand up for the national anthem of Russian Olympic Committee. Thank you.